In a quaint little town nestled between rolling hills and whispering woods, lived a grandmother named Mrs. Evelyn. She was known throughout the neighborhood for her warm smile, her delicious homemade pies, and her unwavering love for her granddaughter, Lily. One sunny afternoon, as the golden rays streamed through the lace curtains of Mrs. Evelyn's cozy cottage, she decided to take a short rest, after a busy morning of baking. Just a quick nap, she whispered to herself, settling into her favorite armchair by the crackling fireplace. However, as Mrs. Evelyn drifted off into slumber, the minutes turned into hours, and the hours slipped away unnoticed. Meanwhile, at the kindergarten, little Lily waited eagerly for her grandmother to pick her up as she had promised. The clock ticked on, the shadows lengthened, and the other children were gradually collected by their parents. Yet, Lily remained, her big brown eyes scanning the school gate for any sign of her grandmother's familiar figure. As the afternoon stretched into evening, concern began to gnaw at Lily's young heart. Tears welled up in her eyes as she wondered why her grandmother hadn't come for her. Back at the cottage, Mrs. Evelyn stirred from her deep sleep, blinking in confusion as she realized that the room was now dimly lit by the fading daylight. She jolted upright, a sudden panic seizing her heart as she remembered her promise to pick up Lily from kindergarten. Rushing to the clock, Mrs. Evelyn's heart sank as she saw the time. She had overslept by several hours. With trembling hands, she hastily grabbed her coat and keys, her mind racing with worry for her precious granddaughter. Arriving at the kindergarten, Mrs. Evelyn's heart skipped a beat as she saw Lily sitting alone on the steps, her cheeks stained with tears. Without a moment's hesitation, she swept Lily into her arms, holding her tight as she apologized profusely for her mistake. Through her tears, Lily looked up at her grandmother with a mixture of relief and forgiveness. "It's okay, Grandma," she sniffled. "I knew you would come for me eventually." Wrapped in each other's embrace, grandmother and granddaughter walked hand in hand into the twilight, the bond between them stronger than ever before. And as they made their way home, Mrs. Evelyn silently vowed to never let a nap come between her and her beloved Lily again.